Sorry, I've had to walk all the way up to my house to try and get connection. It dropped in the barn. So in the barn today, we've had Nick, Janine, Michelle, Betsy and myself, and lots of brushes, a jet wash and all sorts of other cleaning implements. So we're doing a big spring cleanup, and Betsy will create a tack room in there, and the feed room we're going to streamline so we've got all our medications easily to hand and not dusty, because one of the things we have noticed over the winter has been that the arena creates a tremendous amount of dust, and the dust rises and it likes to settle particularly in the feed room and the tack room, so it's a right royal pain in the butt. And the other problem we actually have is that we have so many sparrows. We have a flock of enormous numbers of sparrows, really, to be quite honest with you. And we're going to have to put up net in the areas that they can get in and fly around in the tack room and in the feed room, because it is like guano city in there. There is just absolutely piles and piles of poop. So that's not quite so good. So just little tweaks, and it's good because as we're getting in here and getting settled, we're finding things that don't work. We're going to have to totally and utterly redo the plumbing. Now, the plumbing is interesting in that there's the plumbing in place for a previous hot water boiler and the existing hot water heater. So there's plumbing pipes that go absolutely everywhere. They go to the washing machine, they go to the hot water, they go to the sink. And the ones under the sink that caused us not to be able to use the sink have broken in 5 places. So I think the easiest thing to do is probably strip out every single piece of piping, and it's all been copper piping, which I know is very expensive and super, but it is corroded so badly that even if we repair, it just cracks further down the pipe. So we're going to have to replace it with PEX and get a system going whereby we don't freeze, it doesn't kill us off. It's there's a way to do it, and the way that we have it set up at this precise moment in time is not the way. So lots of things to do, lots of things, and that will make the barn so much easier to run. It will just allow us to have everything on site. We won't have to ship the water in, and we've got a central point, so that's, I think, really very good. It's like sometimes I've always thought when you move into a new house and you have plans for the garden, but you really have to let the garden have a season. Spring, summer, fall and winter, and so that it's had every single season, so you can see what grows, what's in the wrong place, what sprouts up that you weren't expecting. And it's a bit like that in the barn. There's lots of things that we've done to remedy issues, like the fencing issue, but there's still a tremendous amount needing done to just get it into a smooth running operation. So it's exciting, unfortunately costly, but it's exciting. And these things, I think you just need to suck it up and say that's what happens when you work with animals. So there we have that. So it's we thought it was going to take a couple of days, but everybody turned up and we looked to be quite far through it. So that's absolutely super. Lots of bits and pieces, since Janine's come back that we've come off our holding patterns. So we're able to get a handle on bits and pieces of fencing that we're going to have to replace. We've got a blinking fox, and honestly, the fox was in Michelle's dog yard last night. It was over with me at the chickens at 9:21, and I know because the security light went off, and I jumped out of bed and I was like, aha, I'm going to go and see what's happening. By the time I got there, I think it had gone over to Michelle's, and her security light went off, and so she went out to see what was happening with the puppy. And she said the fox, bold as brass, was there. So these are things that are not very welcome. We do share our home with the wild animals, which is lovely, and we do appreciate them. I do also very much love my chickens and the turkeys and the ducks. Nick obviously is frantic because he can't get the ducks in. That's what they do. They like to sit in the middle of their pond and laugh at him at his attempts to try and get him in. So that's a pain in the ass. But we're getting there. So lots going on, lots to do, as is always the case. Now, hi Bella. Now, let's see if we've got any questions. Sparrows are extremely messy. For such small birds, they're enormous poopers. Right. Oh, it is the last day of April 2026, indeedy. Yeah, I think PEX is going to have to be the way forward. The other thing with the copper is it drips all over over the place as well, because it. I suppose the PEX will do that too, but I don't think that helps with its long-term lifespan. And copper is very expensive. Oh, and Joe, thank you very much, Joe. And I have to remind everybody, if it's possible, to please buy bricks. Oh my goodness, Bella. Oh, it is Thursday. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was stuck on Tuesday. Well, I hope that surgery went well. You're obviously very good at springing back after surgery. Yes, I don't know. Well, you see, the problem with the fox is I'm presuming it's a vixen and she's got cubs at the moment. So we don't really want to, remove her because it would probably cause the cubs to die. So we're trying to do our best to coexist and keep everybody safe and happy. I have seen Percy once. I haven't really seen him since. I'll get in there once everything's calmed down. And it will be chickens shatting tomorrow. That's quite correct. I will leave that to Bella to answer as to how she's doing. Now, oh, thank you for that. And there's Carol. Carol, I have not been out on a job all week, so I didn't contact you. Right, so, oh, here's Bella. What did she say? She's doing well. Fully weight-bearing from hip surgery in today's surgery. Gosh, you're getting a bit of an expert. Percy, I'm sure, is a very cute. I'm listening to somebody, either Nick or an animal bashing. No, it's a goat bashing the fence. That's never good. Yeah, I think there are also laws. I know that we don't have live fox hunting here either, so I would presume it's protected. It's a very difficult balance because, let's face it, we're an animal-based operation, and everybody's got a right, etc., to live their best life, and it's what we try and promote with our animals. And it's just while trying to protect our animals, you're a bit like, that fox is going to get them. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a tricky one. So I am going to go back to the barn. I've got quarantine on the other farm at the moment, and I have a pony, or he's actually a mini horse, and he's called Alfie. And there's a body score to tell you how healthy they are weight-wise, and he's a 1 out of 9. So he is desperately underweight. I also have, this is the first time I've ever had this in, and she's an Appaloosa mule. So she's actually a very small mule. She's much bigger than Enzo Ferrari, who's a mini mule. But this one is about, what did they say in her forms? I think it's 14.2. So this, and she's super friendly and really very lovely. But my goodness, the little pony or the mini horse that came in, he was super friendly, very affectionate. And then I had to I take his temperature morning and night time, and I'm afraid to say it's a sticking a thermometer up the bottom job. So now he looks at me and he runs away as fast as his little legs can carry him. And my gosh, is an enormous paddock. So there's been sometimes I've not been able to take his temperature because I just can't catch him. So from going from when he came in, he was a super affectionate little soul. He is now absolutely appalled every time he sees me. So I'm the crazy woman running around a very big paddock with a thermometer and sterilising wipe in my hands. Honestly, it's like the wacky races. Never mind, such is life. We shall get there. So thank you so very much for joining me. And I think I got all the questions. Yeah. And I'll be back next week. So chicken chatting will be tomorrow, and I presume that will be with Justin and I would think Carleen. So thank you so very much for joining me, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.